Chris. This is Miss Gabby again. I'm so excited to talk to you today. Today we're going to talk about feelings. We're going to talk about identifying feelings and understanding our feelings. Last week we also talked about feelings. We talked about feeling scared or feeling worried and strategies you can use at home. Today we're going to talk about identifying and understanding our feelings. Identify is a really big word. Does anyone know what it means? Let's think about it for a minute. Identify means to know what something is or to understand something. So when we talk about identifying your feelings, that means to know what you're feeling and to understand it. So if you're having a feeling, being able to say, oh, I'm feeling scared or I'm feeling happy. There's a couple of reasons we want to be able to do that. We want to be able to identify our feelings. Number one, it helps us understand ourselves and understand our actions, the things we do. It helps us understand those more. Number two, when we understand what we're feeling, we can talk about it with other people, with friends, with our siblings, with our parents, our other grown-ups, and we can ask people for help to feel better, or we can talk about our feelings to help solve conflicts that we're having. Number three, when we understand and we can identify our feelings, it helps us to be a better friend. Let's pretend that my friend is feeling sad. If I know what my body and my heart and my head feel like when I'm feeling sad, it can help me know how to help my friend better. So today we're going to play some games, we're going to watch some movies, and we're going to read a story about identifying feelings. Hillcrest, it's Miss Gabby again. So, identifying feelings on cartoon characters sometimes can be a little bit easier than identifying feelings on people's faces, right? The people who are making the cartoons give us lots of clues on how they're feeling, and they're very exaggerated and big. So, we're going to play that same game, but we're going to play it with you and I. I have a bowl of feelings right here, and these are called Kimochis. They're a tool that sometimes we bring to classrooms. They're a little face like this. And then if you turn the face around, it has the name of the feeling on the back. So this feeling is proud. The way that people's faces look and the way their bodies look, those are all clues that can help us know how they're feeling. So I'm going to pick a feeling. All right, I've got it. I'm going to look at the face to get an idea. I'm going to look at the word. Now I know what this feeling is. I'm going to think about what my body and face look like when I'm feeling this feeling, and I want you to look at me and try to guess it. What do you think that feeling is? You're right, it's sad. All right, let's try another one. Oh, I've got one. Okay. What feeling is that? You're right. It's silly. Now, here's another one. I've been feeling this one kind of. I feel like this one in the mornings. This feeling, this is how the little Kimochi's face looks. Oh, that feeling is cranky or grumpy. What makes you feel cranky? I feel cranky if I have to wake up really early in the morning. But since the school closure, I've been able to sleep in later. All right, I want to try it with you guys now. I'm going to show you a Kimochi and the word, and I want you to make the face. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. I hope you're feeling like this. Happy. All right, you show me what your face looks like when you're feeling happy. Nice job. All right, what about this one? Now look at this Kimochi. What do you think that they're feeling? They're feeling really brave. What does your face and body look like when you're feeling brave? Let's do 2 more. This is what all your teachers are hoping that you feel right now. This Kimochi is feeling curious. Let's see what your curious face looks like. What makes you feel curious? I often feel curious about things outside or animals. I really kind of wonder why they do some of the things they do or where they live. That makes me feel curious. All right, what about this one? Mad. This Kimochi feels really mad. Show me your mad face. All right, we're going to do one more. And let's end again on happy. Oftentimes when I'm happy, I'm smiling. Maybe I'm kind of bouncing around a little bit. And did you know, just by smiling, by using those muscles to make a smile, that can make your brain and your heart feel happier. I hope you're feeling happy today.
I know it's hard for me to know exactly what I'm feeling all the time. Do you guys ever have problems with that? What does it feel like inside when you have all of those emotions going on at the same time?
It kind of makes me feel like I don't know what to say, like I stumble on words and then I just start freaking out for no reason.
It's frustrating, isn't it? And I have these journals for you. I want you guys to start talking about your feelings in them. You can draw pictures, you can write about it, things that make you happy, sad, or frustrated. All right, well, you guys each get a journal, and we're gonna start with happy first. How does it feel on the inside when you're happy?
you just have all these really positive feelings, and except like happy is just one. There are a whole bunch of others that are inside of happy.
Write them down, draw them out, and let me know what happiness looks like.
That's what it is to me. Because whenever I see a sad face, it makes me feel really sad and think sad thoughts. I don't know why.
Recent studies have found that kids who are skilled at identifying and managing their emotions are more likely to do well at work, have longer marriages, and suffer less from depression and anxiety when they grow up. Some educators are using this research to develop programs at school, but what can we do at home? We can start simply. Have kids grab a notebook and start a feelings journal. It's an inexpensive and easy way to help kids identify how they feel and talk about emotions without judgment.
Sometimes when you get frustrated, it makes you realize that things aren't working and you need to change something.
Set aside 10 to 15 minutes after school or before or around dinner to sit down with the kids to get them started. Start with any emotion. Ask them to journal what it looks and feels like. Then ask them to create a list of things that make them feel that way. Finally, ask them to write a list of strategies for working through those feelings. As your kids are working, don't be afraid to share your own experiences and listen to your kids share theirs. Kids love feeling like they're not alone. Don't we all?
So what are some things you do when you're feeling frustrated, Ellie?
I would play with Winnie, the dog, who is in the kitchen trying to eat right now. I usually like to doodle in my book.
There's no doubt kids can get a ton out of this exercise, but so can we. While they develop strategies for dealing with difficult feelings, we gain valuable insight into who our kids are and what's on their minds. And that type of connection can last a lifetime.
You guys were super brave to share all those feelings with me and be honest with me. Use these journals. Write down when you're having a good day, when you're having a bad day, when your brother's frustrating you, when your sister's driving you crazy. And when you guys are having those bad days, you can look back through the good days and remember them.
Yeah.
When you're feeling these emotions, you can use them in your writing, in your art.
Click over to pbsparents.org for ways you can get kids of all ages talking about feelings.
Do you guys think that you'll use these journals again?
Yes.
Do you find it helpful?
They're really useful.
What was your favorite part of doing the journals?
I really just loved that I could draw my feelings. I really liked drawing toast and eating toast.
Do you think other kids would like doing this type of thing?
Probably. There's drawing involved. And colors.
Enjoy this episode of Adventures in Learning? Don't forget to subscribe for more ways your family can make learning more adventurous.
Hello, and welcome back to the Calm and Connected podcast. I'm your host, Janine Halloran, and today I really want to focus on feelings identification. And you may be wondering, why do you want to talk about feelings? And this is the basis for working with coping skills for kids. So in order for kids to use a coping skill, one of the strategies I always like for them to know is, what are they feeling? So once you can identify your feeling, then you can figure out what you can do to help change that feeling by using a coping skill. But it's hard to do that as effectively if you have no idea what you're feeling. So I always say, let's start simple. Start with the 3 basic feelings. You can start with sad, happy, and mad. And that's it. And you can start when kids are really little. Preschoolers can get this. There's lots of great books out there about feelings identification. I have a couple of blog posts that talk all about great books that deal with feelings for kids. And so I'll link those below in the show notes. When you are watching TV shows, you can also point out how other characters are feeling. And, there are some great shows for preschoolers even. Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood is one of my favorites. And, any of the preschool shows that are on PBS or Nick Jr., a lot of the characters do express themselves and show their feelings. And so you can use that as a teachable moment to say, oh, I wonder what Peg is feeling right now. Or I wonder how this character is feeling right now. I wonder what they're doing, what they could do to make themselves feel better. So this gives you an opportunity to just start having that teachable moment, that conversation about feelings. So you can read books and you can watch TV, but something else you can do is just identify your own feelings. So you could say, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of how you're doing right now. I'm so happy. I'm smiling and I'm excited. Being able to label and identify your own feelings out loud. It sounds a little silly, but it's helpful for kids to know that adults can feel different things throughout the day. So you could say, oh, I'm a little bit frustrated right now if there's some traffic. And that's all right for kids to know. They should know that you're a human and that you have feelings too. And that eventually they're going to learn that they can impact your feelings and you can impact theirs as well. And so it's just a good starting point to help them know that you are a person who does experience feelings too, and understanding what makes you feel happy, what makes you feel sad, what makes you feel mad. You can make feelings a part of the everyday conversation and just ask your children, how are you feeling today? What's going on? And you can have them check in periodically during the day. I know there are some great apps that you can use, especially for the older kids and teenagers, so they could actually set something on their phone and track how they're feeling throughout the day if they're struggling with, being able to significantly identify what they're feeling throughout the day. So to help them get into the habit of it, to, put on a timer or use a mood meter or a mood tracker to monitor what they're feeling in the morning, in the afternoon after school, and right before they go to bed. So lots of different times that you can just have kids periodically check in and think about how they're feeling. So for the younger kids, you can do it. You can prompt them. For the older kids, you can have them use apps or worksheets to do that. Something that you can do when they're calm is also point out the way that certain emotions make their body feel. So you can point out, when you get happy, I notice that your cheeks go up and you have this huge smile on your face and your eyes twinkle and your body posture is a certain way. And I notice when you get sad, your body slumps down a little bit more, your eyes are downcast. There's signals that your body gives you to help you identify what you're feeling. So for kids, sometimes their body reacts first before their mind catches up to realize what they're feeling. So what you can do is start to help them identify where they feel things in their body. So when they feel mad, what does that feel like in their body? When they feel anxious, what does that feel like in their body? And something I really enjoy doing with clients is actually making a feelings book. So helping them make that connection between an event and how that made them feel. So I was happy when I got to meet this person. I was feeling sad when my ice cream fell on the floor and we couldn't get another one. I was feeling upset when my Lego tower crashed down and my friend didn't say I'm sorry. So to help them start to identify, this is a time that I felt sad, this is a time I felt mad, this is a time I felt happy. This just establishes a great foundation for helping kids recognize their feelings and then be able to do something about those bigger emotions like frustration, anger, sadness, anxiety when those feelings come up, because those feelings will come up. It is normal. It is expected that everybody will eventually feel those ways one way or another. But for them to be able to identify it and then be able to start pointing to, oh, I can do this when I feel this way to help myself feel better. So I hope that gives you a little bit more insight into why feelings identification matters. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions. And until next time, talk to you later.